Welcome to NTD China News, and first of all, a Merry Christmas. I'm Karen Chang. In today's headlines, Pope Benedict's message to Chinese leaders, Christmas celebrations with a twist in Shanghai, and a renowned Christian lawyer remains out of reach in remote Xinjiang. And on this Christmas Day, we start our broadcast at the Vatican, where Pope Benedict has prayed for religious freedom in China. During his Christmas message to the world, the 85-year-old pontiff spoke of hope as he addressed the deep-seated conflicts gripping different regions of the world like Syria. For China, the Pope expressed his wishes for Chinese leaders to, quote, esteem the contribution of the religions and respect different beliefs so as to build a society that benefits both the people of China and the world. Chinese Catholics are divided between the state-controlled church and those loyal to the Vatican. The Chinese regime does not recognize the Vatican's authority, and tensions have run high between the two sides. Most recently, the Chinese state-run church stripped the title of the auxiliary bishop of Shanghai, Thaddeus Ma Da-Qing. He resigned from his role under the state-run Christian organization earlier this year, after his appointment was officially approved by the Vatican. Although Christmas is not an official holiday in China, the festive season is still being embraced by residents, particularly those of the Christian faith. Next, we go to Beijing, where more than 1,000 people gathered on Christmas Eve.
Christmas in a country where Christianity remains a minor religion. This cathedral in Beijing is the oldest in the capital. On Christmas Eve, some of the city's faithful came together, braving a cold and windy night.
Firstly, you have a belief in life. Secondly, you can feel people's warmth and goodwill if you come to church. This is quite sacred and secure.
Christmas is not an official holiday in China. The ruling regime is officially atheist. Still, the Mass attracted visitors who were curious about the foreign holiday.
Just as the name implies, Christmas is the day to welcome the birth of Jesus Christ. Christmas Eve for me is a time to pray for peace and enjoy the atmosphere.
Christianity was introduced to China several centuries ago. In 1949, when the Communist Party came to power, it stamped out all religion, destroying Buddhist temples and Christian churches alike. The Chinese regime now claims to allow religious freedom, but religion in the country is strictly controlled. For example, Catholics are only allowed to practice their faith under the official Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association. Two other state-run organizations control Protestant worshippers. Those who choose to remain faithful to the Vatican and other external religious structures are forced to gather in private or house churches and are subject to harassment and suppression by Chinese authorities.
And in China's other megacity, Shanghai, hundreds celebrated Christmas in a not-so-traditional dance party. Let's take a look.
In Shanghai, Christmas revelers celebrated to a different tune on Christmas Eve. Hundreds joined the dancing Santa for a very Gangnam-Style Christmas. Participants in the dance, both local and international, performed the viral dance moves made famous by South Korean pop star Psy.
I'm extremely excited because there are many foreigners here, and their makeup is exquisite. I like it very much, and it makes me want to blend in on the stage.
The dance number was part of a holiday celebration including a Christmas parade, a rather rare sight in China. Since its debut, Korean rapper Psy's Gangnam Style has become a worldwide pop culture phenomenon, inspiring mass parodies and even dance sessions. It also passed the 1 billion hits mark recently on YouTube.
While more and more people are celebrating Christmas in China, not everyone of the Christian faith is able to mark this important day. One of the most prominent Christian dissidents in China is rights lawyer Gao Zhisheng, and on this Christmas Day, he remains imprisoned in the remote Xinjiang region.
For a year now, Chinese Christian rights lawyer Gao Zhisheng has been locked up in a jail in a remote Xinjiang region. His family recently received a letter, supposedly from Gao, asking them not to visit him. His wife told Radio Free Asia last Friday that they don't believe the letter is real. Gao's elder brother, Gao Zhisheng, has since been trying to reach him at the Shanghai prison where Gao is held.
We've heard nothing from him. We can't reach him. I've been calling the prison constantly, but they don't pick up. It's our right to visit him, but we can't even do that, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Gao Zhisheng is renowned for defending religious minorities and other disadvantaged individuals. His activism, particularly his defense of persecuted Falun Gong adherents, led to his own suppression by the Chinese regime. With the holiday season and the New Year approaching, fellow activists have called on the public to do some simple things that can help political prisoners like Gao. For example, sending a greeting card.
The cards will not reach the political prisoners, but the officials will receive them. It's almost the same as going to express support for the jailed dissidents at Shanghai prison. These warm words from the public may move the prison wardens. It also reminds them that people are watching and they can't just do whatever they want.
In December 2011, Chinese state-run Xinhua news agency reported Gao would be jailed again for 3 years for violating probation rules. He was sentenced back in 2006 for so-called subversion. That original 3-year sentence was suspended with a 5-year probation period. Since 2006, Gao has disappeared several times into detention. He's given account of the gruesome torture he endured during those periods.
And for more on the situation of Christians in China, stay tuned to China Focus right after this newscast. And coming up after the break, another overcrowded school bus has crashed in China. Ai Weiwei retweets this petition to the White House, and a big haul for these Chinese fishermen in an annual fishing festival. And welcome back. Another tragedy involving children has struck China. This time, an overcrowded school bus has crashed. Here's more.
11 kindergarten children have been killed when the overloaded school bus they were traveling in crashed into a pond on Monday morning in Jiangxi province. 3 children died at the scene, and another 8 died later in hospital. One witness was able to save 2 children and a teacher from the flooded minivan.
I saw a teacher holding a child above the surface of the water. When I reached out and pulled the child up, I realized she was my daughter.
4 children who survived the crash are in hospital in a stable condition. The female driver was the school principal. State-run media reports she was running late and overfilled the 7-seater van with 15 children and 1 other adult.
There was a vehicle in my way and lots of cobblestones and sands on the road. The rear wheel of the van was stuck, so I accelerated the van, but it rushed down to left side into pond.
State-run Xinhua reports the kindergarten was operating without a license. It has now been shut down. The principal has been detained for questioning. Reports of overfilled school buses are not uncommon in China. School closures and mergers have resulted in children in rural areas needing to travel long distances to school. In November 2011, the death of 18 nursery school kids in Gansu province sparked outrage. They were crammed into a 9-seater van that carried 64 people at the time it crashed.
More than 20,000 people from the United States have signed a petition calling on the White House to condemn transplant abuse in China. The petition has been passed around on social media, catching the attention of one prominent Chinese dissident.
With less than 10 days to go on this petition to the White House, Chinese dissident artist Ai Weiwei has helped to pass it around on Twitter. The petition was launched by 3 U.S. doctors, including renowned bioethics scholar Arthur Kaplan. They want the Obama administration to condemn and investigate claims the Chinese regime is killing persecuted Falun Gong practitioners for their organs. Ai Weiwei tweeted this message to promote the petition. He asks, "Does conscience count as an illegal organ?" The word conscience in Chinese is written as benevolent heart. The petition needs 25,000 signatures by January 1st. Then the White House is compelled to make a formal response. In Taiwan, legislators also urged the leaders of the free world to speak out.
Please, President Obama, condemn this behavior by the Chinese regime. It's violating human rights. Otherwise, the global standard for human rights will sink even further.
In September, witnesses gave evidence on the forced organ harvesting claims during a U.S. congressional hearing. These include interviews with former prisoners and a doctor whose patient was promised an organ on demand from a Chinese hospital. The matter has also been raised at various forums in Europe and the United Nations.
The live organ harvesting of Falun Gong practitioners has been through many hearings. The evidence provided is sufficient to show it's happening. I don't think Obama should wait until after the petition has enough signatures to condemn it.
As of today, the petition requires another 4,400 signatures.
Each year, the Winter Fishing Festival is held at the Chagan Lake in northeast China's Jilin province. On Monday, as the festival began, a local fisherman was recognized for his unique skills in identifying fishing grounds.
The annual Winter Fishing Festival began on Monday at Chagan Lake in northeast China's Jilin province. Local fishermen drilled holes in the ice and lowered their nets to catch fish in harsh temperatures that dipped to -22 degrees Fahrenheit. One leader of a fishing team caught many people's attention for his incredible skills at locating fishing grounds. Zhang, who is over 50 years old, has been working on Chagan Lake for over 30 years. Fishermen are still amazed with his skills and technique. Zhang should have retired at this age, but he still holds the position. Fate seems to have tied Zhang and fish together. Every year we can get a good catch by following his lead. Zhang and his team set a Guinness World Record in 2008 for catching over 168,000 kilograms or 370,000 pounds of fish in a single haul. We had not expected to catch that much. We thought 50,000 to 100,000 kilograms was already the limit. 150,000 kilograms was unimaginable. Zhang says he's proud of doing his job and hopes someday to pass on his fishing techniques so they won't be lost. Chagan Lake is the largest inland lake in Jilin province. With high-quality water and a well-protected environment, the lake is home to a large number of fish and shrimp. Each year, the Winter Fishing Festival is held to celebrate ancient fishing traditions.
And that's all for our China News broadcast on this Christmas Day. Please visit our website ntd.tv for more China-related topics or subscribe to our new YouTube channel NTD on China for all of NTD's China content. Coming up next, Shelley Zhang speaks with Bob Fu, the founder of Christian rights group China Aid, about the situation of religious believers under the Chinese regime. Stay tuned. And from all of us here at NTD, we hope you and your family have a wonderful Christmas.